We're going to take a look at what we had done in class with specific heat capacity and the fact that heat flows from a hot object to a cold object. So the energy that flows into a cold object is equal to the opposite of the energy that flows into a hot object. Now, we're going to write down how we calculate the amount of heat that goes into the cold object. You have the mass of the cold object, you have the specific heat of the cold object, you have the temperature final, or the temperature of thermal equilibrium, minus the temperature initial cold of the object, TIC. So that equals the energy that left the hot object, so mass of the hot object, specific heat of the hot object, temperature initial hot, minus temperature final. Now remember, on the right hand side, the parentheses, everything is flipped around because I took that negative out front and I distributed it through the parentheses, and you're less likely to lose that negative in your work if you do it this way. Now, what if the two objects have the same mass? Well, then the mass is going to cancel. But what if the objects are the same material, like it's two samples of water? Then they both have the same specific heat capacity, so the specific heat capacity will cancel. So we are left with temperature final minus temperature initial cold equals temperature initial hot minus temperature final. So I'm going to collect all temperature finals on one side and everything that's not a temperature final on the other side. So I'm going to add temperature final to both sides and add temperature initial cold to both sides. So I will get temperature final plus temperature final equals temperature initial hot plus temperature initial cold. Now, temperature final plus temperature final equals 2 times temperature final. So I have, well, I don't like that temperature final. Let me get rid of it. Okay. That one's not better. Temperature initial hot plus temperature initial cold. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And we get what we expect. These two materials, their final temperature is going to meet in the middle. Now in reality, it'll be somewhere near the middle because you are going to lose energy to the environment.